I'm kind of shook by this. This is like actually legit eyeshadow on my face right now. I am so freaking nervous. Oh my god. Alright guys, today I'm going to attempt to do the full face, literally full face, everything from foundation, eyebrows, eyes, freaking blush with one eyeshadow palette. And I've seen this like floating around YouTube a lot, and it like really intrigued me. I saw specifically Michael Finch do this, and his actually came out really good, so I was like, dude, I'm like really curious to see what this is like gonna look like, and if mine comes out like anywhere near close to as good as his, I would be happy with that. But like, I just want to like challenge myself to see if I can actually do this. My palette is gonna be the Anastasia Mono Renaissance palette. Looks like this one. I'm sure you guys know what it is, because I feel like it has enough variation in it, like, I mean close, close enough to where I could do like some foundation, like blush, obviously eyeshadow, highlight. I feel like I got some good variation of shades in there. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is like contour, like bronzer, because the only shades I really got are like this one and this one. So let's just jump into this. I'm also gonna use a mixing medium for this because I feel like it will be helpful. I'm still only gonna use the eyeshadow palette. This is the only other product I'm going to use. I think it will be actually interesting to see this used alongside the palette, because you guys will get to see what this little baby can actually do. I've used this a lot in the past. I use it in my professional makeup kit. This is called Inglot Duraline. It's like a waterproofing mixing medium. So you can mix this with pigments to make them like glide on the eyes and stay put. I've mixed this with different eyeshadows to make liquid lipsticks, and it works beautifully for that. It's really cool. So you can basically have like any color liquid lipstick you want with this stuff. That's really like the only thing I've ever used it for, but today I'm gonna use it to make foundation. So I'm actually gonna take this and mix it with, I think, a little bit of golden ochre and what is this one? Tempera, to make a custom foundation that probably will not match my skin. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of hard to show you guys. I'm just going to scrape off some of these eyeshadows with this little metal spatula onto my metal mixing plate. So I'm just gonna do that real quick, and then I'll show you guys what the eyeshadow looks like scraped off. Okay, so without trying to spill this, I scraped off golden ochre and tempera, and now I'm gonna mix a little bit in. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little drop, well, probably like 2 or 3 right in the center of those shadows, and then just mix in like equal parts and stuff until I feel like I've got my customized shade. I mean, the shade really isn't looking too bad, so it's actually looking pretty good, and I just spilled that like all over me. Okay guys, so this is what we got for foundation. It doesn't look too bad, so I'm okay with it. I gotta work with this kind of quick because it does start to dry down. So I'm gonna take my 968 BDHD brush from Delium Tools and apply this to my face. I'm probably gonna break out from this or something. And just apply. Oh my god. My brushes are gonna need a serious bath after this. Oh my god, I'm so gonna break out. This doesn't feel as gross on the skin as I thought it would. Alright, for brows, I think I'm gonna start with warm taupe. And then if I need to darken up a little bit, I'll probably take a little bit of Cypress Umber. So I'm just gonna take my MAC 208 brush, just dip into there. I just remembered I can't use brow gel to keep my hairs in place, so that sucks. Okay, so I think that's as good as our brows are gonna get. I feel like they're not as horrible with the limited amount of shades we had to pick from, so that's good. So I guess I'm just gonna start with eyeshadow. And first thing I'm going to do is clean up the brow a little bit with this tempera shade. And I guess we don't really have primer, so I'm just gonna drag this along the whole eyelid, just so we have like a little bit of coverage there. So for shadows, I'm gonna take raw sienna first on a Delium Tools tapered blending brush. And then I'm also dipping into Beyond Fresco. I want to give it a little bit more pink, so I'm going to add Love Letter, just a tiny little bit. Valentine's Day look right here, guys. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Cypress Umber on a little flat brush and define the lash line with it to give it a little bit of definition. I guess I'll slightly wing this out too while we're here. Why not? And then I guess right in the inner corner I'm going to pop Vermeer there as well. I just popped on the other eye real quick. I guess I'm going to do concealer before I touch the lower lash line at all. I think I'm going to do the same mixture of these two that I did for foundation, but I'm just going to make the ratio a little bit higher with the lighter shade so it's like a little bit of a highlight effect. I don't know. So I'm going to use those two with the Duraline again. Okay, so here is my mixture. I'm just going to use a little brush to apply this. I think I'm going to keep it focused mostly like right here. Kind of like blends out into nothing, so I kind of just have to like keep a good amount right there. I'm going to put a little bit on my chin just to highlight there as well, like I usually do. Oh my god. It's so shiny. Alright, so that is probably as good as it's going to get for concealer. I feel like I don't need a lot of highlighter now because my concealer is kind of like shiny as hell. So I'm going to take a little bit of Vermeer and Primavera on a little fan brush and I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones lightly. I'm actually not too afraid of this step because I actually have used both of those eyeshadows as highlighters like in the past. Okay, so bronzer. This was the step I was definitely most afraid about. I'm going to start with warm taupe and a little bit of raw sienna with my little brush here. Oh my god. Like, I'm gonna start off with the tiniest amount because I know this is gonna be super pigmented. I'm kind of gonna mix it on my hand a little bit so they are mixed. It definitely clings a little bit, like I feel like it's getting a little bit stuck to that one area, but it's probably because my foundation is eyeshadow. Just bronze up the forehead a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit just on the inside of my nose just to bring some depth there. It's kind of flat. Alright, so I'm just going to pop on some lashes and we're going to see what kind of lip concoction we can come up with. I realized I forgot a little bit of blush, so for blush I'm going to take a little bit of the Beyond Fresco and a little dab of Love Letter. Just for like a little bit of color. Nothing crazy. I'm trying to figure out what lip color I should go with. I have Venetian Red, Red Ochre, and Love Letter. I definitely want to do one of the brighter shades. I'm trying to pick which one. Maybe I'll do a mixture of them. So I think I'm going to start with Venetian Red and mix that with the Inglot Duraline drops and get some lipstick going. Okay, so this is the Venetian Red shadow and I put 2 drops of Duraline next to it, so I'm going to mix that up. And then this is what it looks like when you mix it. I added a little tiny bit of Cypress Umber in there too to make it a little bit more brown. And now we apply. I'm actually not too worried about this because I've done it before. Actually, that color is pretty cool. I'm telling you guys, this Duraline stuff can really turn like any eyeshadow into a liquid lipstick. And I've done it before. Like, it really holds up really well throughout the day too, like it stays put. Alright guys, so I think that's pretty much it. This is the full face. I'm kind of shook by this because I thought this was gonna turn out like way more worse than it did. Like the foundation color, it's actually pretty spot on, which is kind of shocking, like that, I don't know, that this is like actually legit eyeshadow on my face right now. I guess the next time I go on vacation, I'm just bringing an eyeshadow palette and some Inglot Duraline drops and I'm good to go. I can do my full face. This is pretty freaking awesome. I definitely encourage you guys to try this at home. Like if you're bored one day, just like chillin', drink some wine, do your full face with an eyeshadow palette because it's really fun to see like what you choose and like step out of your comfort zone. It makes you try new things. So I don't know, I kind of love it. I love this lip color actually. I kind of need this in like a liquid lipstick shade because this is really pretty actually. This was Venetian Red and a little bit of Cypress Umber with the Duraline drops. I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this next time I go out. This was the first challenge I've tried on my channel and it was really fun, so I definitely want to do more of them. If you guys have suggestions on what challenges I should do here, let me know in the comments and I will definitely do them because this was a lot of fun. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, like this video before you leave and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!